Welcome to the Hot Rod Hangout Podcast.
Boop, boop.
I'm Matt.
And I'm Ashley.
And tonight, it's just the two of us. Basically, this episode is going to kind of be about some changes that have been made, some directional changes, updates on our cars.
Yep.
Kind of what's going on. So, pretty much all shows till Turkey Rod Run, we won't be in a cool.
Yeah.
Not because we don't want to be.
Yeah.
Michelangelo is throwing a fit.
Again.
Still ain't figured out what it is, but it did break in the yard.
Yes.
In typical
Got us home.
Ninja Turtle fashion.
Oh, yeah.
Don't really know what. I mean, it even drove itself back in the yard.
Yeah.
So I moved it out to get the trailer out and went to put it back away and made it 3/4 of the way under the carport. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe it didn't want to be in the carport. Maybe it wanted to be out in the rain.
Or maybe it saw us working on the caddy too much. He said,
So, got the tag and insurance on the caddy, and they wanted some pictures of our quote-unquote shop.
Yeah.
So we had to get both cars in there, so had to move some stuff around and make some room to be able to get both cars in there.
Yep.
And
it did give us a good clean slate to start working on the caddy, though.
Yep. So
or the front half of the caddy, I should say.
After the 54 didn't want to run, we pushed it on the carport, took pictures, acted like it still ran, and then shoved it out in the middle of the yard and pulled the motor. I mean, it really wasn't in there anyway, but took the motor out of the caddy that was sitting in there and switched the water pump to LS3 style because the radiator for the caddy is driver's side, top and bottom. And anyone that knows LS knows that that's passenger side, top and bottom. So, LS3 water pump has the top hose come straight out.
Yeah.
So we can go straight out to the driver's side. And then the passenger side, we're probably going to end up putting a straight thermostat on it, because it also has to go to the driver's side. But I got the ICT billet pulleys on, or brackets on. Pretty much decided that we're going to go engine-driven compressor, just because the amount of airlines that are in that car, it requires a lot of volume.
Yes.
Not a lot of pressure to get it to come up, but a lot of volume. And with a lot of volume comes the compressors kicking on immediately.
Yeah.
And they are in the trunk. They are quieter than any compressor I've ever heard. But with them kicking on immediately, any adjustments that have to be made,
Yeah.
It'd be fine if I always went to high ride height and then adjusted down, but it has just enough air to do that.
Silly question. Not saying to go back to the compressors that are currently in there, but right now we've been testing with us out of the car. Would the situation be worse when we're in the car?
A little bit.
Yeah. Okay.
So currently that system is set up pressure based only.
Right.
So it's only going to fill the bags to a certain pressure. So it would be slightly lower because obviously us in the car,
Yeah.
the bags are going to have more weight. Not calling either one of us fat, but we're sitting in the middle of the car, so it's not like it's going to be 4 inches of difference of travel.
Yeah.
But with us sitting in the car, the motor fully dressed, because we also didn't have the motor fully dressed.
Yeah. And now it's not in there at all.
Right now, so that would with everything on the car, radiator full of fluids and everything like that, the pressures that I currently have set are probably going to have to change.
Yeah.
But it was just messing around. I've never worked with Level Ride. Shout out to Level Ride. Pretty cool system. A little bit of hiccupy.
Yeah.
But for the most part, we also kind of cheated. If you put that on a car that's running and driving, where you could start it up, that probably wouldn't be a problem.
Yeah.
But with a battery, with no charge, it does have a brand new battery, but
not the best charging system.
They want you to maintain, I think it's 12.5 volts.
Yeah.
Well, it's a battery.
Yeah.
And we're charging it at the same time as we're also trying to get it to work. So that's kind of, we will leave one compressor in for just in case.
Yeah.
Heaven forbid. Yes, it would take 5 years for that compressor to fill a 5-gallon tank, but we do have it available.
I know for a brief moment we were talking about putting the second tank. Well, we still need the second tank in
We
there?
don't need it anymore.
Okay.
Because with the engine driven, it should fill back up in about 30 seconds.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember us watching all the videos.
Yeah.
You were
So
showing
the
me.
reason I was going to go with a second tank was just to give it more volume.
Right.
But with the engine driven, I don't believe we'll need a second tank.
Okay.
Depending.
Yeah.
I mean, if me and Psycho are ever at the same place and he's hitting switches and I'm playing, we might find out that I can run an engine-driven tank completely dry too. But that will eliminate that if we are playing with switches going in or out of somewhere.
Yeah.
But it's never gonna be it's never gonna hop.
Yeah.
It still is just an air ride system. 3/8 lines. So I'm not looking for more speed up and down. I'm looking just for more recovery. So looking at a York compressor, rebuilding it to turn it into an air compressor. With the 6 rib, the DLS matches everything.
Yeah.
Not buying a kit. I'm going to piece it together myself because kits are expensive. And couple companies make full-blown kits. The 2 that make everything you need are like $800. I don't want to spend that. And they also mount it on the driver's side.
Oh.
And currently everything on that motor is on the driver's side.
Yes.
With not having the AC compressor on the passenger side, it opens up room for a nice big engine-driven compressor there. Oh, we did get the AC. All of the AC is now removed.
Yes.
Well, 2/3 of the AC is removed.
Just one little
Cadillac has 2 boxes for some reason, 2 heater cores, 2 evaporator cores, something or others. I still ain't figured out what that is in that, but the one that's in the fender that requires me to take the fenders off, it's going to live in there because I'm not taking the front end off because I don't want to take the doors off because doors shut really, really good.
Really good.
So I don't want to mess with that if I don't have to.
I was shocked. That was one thing when we pulled up there and you went in and you looked inside and shut the door behind you. I was like, oh damn.
Yeah, they shut really, really good.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much the update on the Caddy for right now. Ashley is 54 since it is giving us trouble. We were going to wait till the Caddy got done to kind of do anything to her car. But with the newfound, I can't figure out what's going on with that motor. There for a little while, I thought it was a coil, or I thought it was a wiring issue. On the road trip, we had that with the Woody car. The ignition switch was going out.
Right.
So we would jump battery to coil basically, and it would run.
And then one of y'all would have to jump out.
And then we'd have to jump out whenever you shut the key off to shut the motor off. Had a couple hiccups with the 54, and that's what I did. I just got out, touched it. It's got a brand new ignition switch in it, so it's not that.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking, or was thinking, that there was maybe a break in the wire or something somewhere, whatever. Because that car was 6 volt, it's been converted to 12 volts. Some people say you need a resistor. Some people say that coil has a resistor in it and it's fine. And other, there's so many different ways. We didn't do the conversion. I don't know what was done. I do remember taking a resistor out of that system when we put the ignition switch in. So it's probably my fault. But with that, kind of happening, I would get out. I would give the coil power, kind of, for lack of a better way to say it, charge it for a second.
Right.
Start the car, take the wire off, and when I shut the key, it would stay running.
Yeah.
So it was like, well, it's not that then, but then it's just acting funny.
Yeah.
And then now it is officially sparks when it wants to, but not enough to start. Doesn't spark sometimes. So it's had its little quirks.
Yeah.
So we happen to have a rebuilt small block with a big mother thumper cam and a turbo 350 transmission with a brand new filter in it.
Yeah.
Sitting in the shop.
That has been gone through by us. Not the transmission, but the motor.
Yeah. I did the filter. But that seems like a really, really good candidate for a 54 Chevrolet.
Yeah.
So, some things are going to be for sale. It may have a carburetor on it to start its life, and then we'll eventually probably going to sell my tunnel ram and get you fuel injection.
Yeah.
Just for the ease. And we may throw a new Edelbrock on it, and you may be like, no, this is fine, I can deal with it.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
because it isn't a daily at this particular time.
Right. And I hate to say it this way too, but I know my little by myself quick trips in the yard, I was starting to get more and more comfortable with learning the sounds of, okay, now fuel is pumping. I hear it. Okay. Fuel pump settled down. Now hit the key. And I was starting to get into the habit of.
That's not going to change. Even on a fuel injection system, you would still wait for the fuel pump, same way you do now.
Yeah.
Anyone that doesn't know the history of that car, it has a mechanical pump and an electric pump. The mechanical pump, the lines are just bent on it, and it's just filling a hole in the 235. Yeah. It has a new electric pump. That was one of its issues. It hydro-locked on the way to Orlando. Well, not on the way to Orlando. On the way home, it hydro-locked, wouldn't start. Let it cool off, drove it home.
Yeah. Just had to threaten it.
Yeah. So we ran all new fuel lines to get it away from hot exhaust that no longer runs across the valve cover.
Yes.
Unfortunately, fuel line's on the wrong side.
Yeah.
Of the car for a carburetor. But it's up there. We can just switch it to the other side. It'd be fine. It just doesn't have to go across. So we'll actually be able to cut line because it's long.
It's always better to be
by
longer.
going across the cross member under the car and then coming forward. We haven't added 5 foot of fuel line. So we're not too short or too long, which is good. That's better. But I don't know when we'll be able to get that project started. Therefore, like I said in the beginning, pretty much any car show that we go to will be probably the truck.
Yeah.
Tow Pig.
Unless we go incognito.
Yeah.
But that'll be, we always like to take the truck anyway.
We got, and unless miraculously, some way, all the parts and everything flows together on the Cadillac and I have it running and driving,
Yeah.
I don't think that we're going to make it to the Lake County show with the Cadillac. Could be wrong. Still going to try.
Yeah.
But I also want that car to be running and driving good.
Yes.
Obviously, it's not going to be painted. Obviously, it's not going to be primer. Obviously, it's not going to be body worked by then, obviously. But, running and driving, hit the key, it starts, all that good stuff. But there's a lot of stuff to get to that point.
Right.
Motor's got to go back in. Stuff, figure out drive shaft situation. Hoping drive shaft's the right length or slightly long. And then we're going to have to replace the the snout on the front of the drive shaft to go to a 4L60. But hopefully that'll all work out the way it's supposed to. And drive it around on these tires for a little while, and then eventually we're going to put a little bit smaller tire,
Yeah.
a little bigger white wall.
Ooh. That's news. Well, no, we've
it's-
been talking about white.
It's like 2.5. Well, they're going to be on white walls, but
Yeah.
I think those are 2.5s, and the ones I was looking at are 3 inches.
Okay.
So it's not much bigger, but a little bit bigger.
Well, and if you go with a little bit of a smaller tire, it's going to look even bigger, just proportion wise.
Yeah. So the chop and block kit that is on the Cadillac prior to us buying it claims it'll lay a 29-inch tire.
Mm-hmm.
I have news for you. Either my metric tire calculator is lying to me, or it will not lay a 29-inch tire in the front.
Yeah, because
Because it says that those tires are 29 inches tall, and it is in the fender well. Isn't a problem. Not trying to drag the car, so
right.
it's not really not that big of a problem. But
There's always the but.
I'd rather have a little bit of room.
Yeah.
Again, it's probably not necessary, but a little bit of space where it's not pressing on the fenders. It's not, all that stuff. Trying that car, is going to be the road trip car. It's going to be the car that either one of us can hop in it and go put some miles in. Trying to simplify it the best I can. Trying to, when we're sourcing parts, yes, Amazon parts are cheaper sometimes, but I'm also thinking about what part or what way will work best for we're in the middle of Orlando.
Right.
And I got a fuel pump that goes out, or a fuel filter, or a regulator, or whatever goes out. I want to be able to go to an AutoZone and be like, hey, I need this part. Yes, I'll still need the part number because a 62 Cadillac didn't come with a 4.8 and a 4L60. But, we're trying to simplify that process as much as we can.
Yeah.
If it would have still had the 390 in it when I got it, it probably would have stayed with the 390 just because it's cool. But it has an LS in it, or it came with an LS, so therefore
It's got an LS.
I don't have a 390. It's not like it had the 390 and a 4.8 come with it.
Right.
4.8 was in its spot. But so temporarily patching the firewall, properly patching it, some would say.
Yeah, I mean, we're cleaning it up. We're going to make it look good.
Painting the firewall, painting the frame just before we put the motor in it. Because I'm hoping once the motor goes in, that will be the last time that we take the motor out. Barring like a long lost uncle has like a 1.62 LSA out there or something, and like
jeez.
has a burning desire for me to put it in my Cadillac for free. Other than that, that motor is going to be the motor that lives in that car. Comparing apples to apples, it's roughly the same horsepower as a 390. It's the same motor I had in my 07 Silverado. I got decent fuel mileage out of that, and I drove it like a retard. It was on big tires. It was full drive. Like, everything that went against the mileage, and I got decent mileage out of it.
Yeah.
The Caddy's within 100 pounds up and down of a Silverado, so it should be close. No, I'm not saving the planet. I'm not going to go out there and get 60.
Well, I have a random question to ask, because I know for a while there we were crossing our fingers for another Caddy raffle. But if there were to ever be another Caddy sitting in our yard, would you either take the newer Caddy or the one we currently have and put something crazy in it? Motor wise?
Probably not.
No.
No. Are you referencing Finnegan?
Well, people putting crazy stuff, like throwing a diesel motor in a car that was never meant to have a diesel.
I would think about doing a diesel.
Yeah.
Whatever I did to it would be, I would keep the rest of the car luxury.
Mm-hmm. The rest of it still look like that's a Caddy, but under the hood is a different story.
Yeah. And kind of, Ryan O sent me a picture the other day, and it was a patina 62. I was like, more kind of what we cater to like.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, all right, I got you. But obviously that car has to get painted. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to like it any less.
Yeah.
Not saying like, oh, I wish I didn't have to paint it. My pocket wishes I didn't have to paint it. But, I know if it still was factory white, I probably wouldn't touch the white. I probably would have just told Psycho do the roof. But I want to put that car back. Mm-hmm. Not necessarily to stock white, but I want to give homage to the white that it started as.
Yeah.
Get the red carpet out. Put the black carpet in.
Yes.
That I happen to have.
Yep.
So,
we got to find a spot for it.
In the car. But yeah, so no, I don't think I would ever do a ridiculous like blower or anything like that car.
Yeah.
I may, depending on, so we bought this car started. Mm-hmm. So with this car, there's a lot of, I don't know how it came apart.
Right.
So we're trying to figure out how to put it back together.
Yeah.
If I got into a early 60s, 60, 63, 64, I probably wouldn't do another 62 unless it was like cheap.
Yeah.
Just because I'm doing one now. But if I got into a 60 that was running and driving stock-ish trim, and I could afford to not have both cars at the same time. So like you had a car that was running and driving, mm-hmm. and we got into a 60 or 63 or 64, 65, whatever. I like all those. I would probably do a similar setup suspension-wise, mm-hmm. but I would do more smooth firewall completely like Fat Fabs did on his 62. Mm-hmm. Twin turbo LS deal or something like that. Mm-hmm. But do the sheet metal where you lift the hood up and it's like,
Yeah, everything's clean and hidden.
you know, this car, not saying that I'll never lift the hood on it, but this car isn't being built to be that type of show car.
Right.
You know, yeah, I could have put a single turbo on it and it would have solved one of the steering issues that we haven't fixed yet. We're looking forward to it. It's coming. We don't know how we're going to fix it yet, but we just know it needs fixed.
Yep.
And until I get the motor back in, we won't know how.
Yeah.
Maybe another set of headers, maybe a socket dent on the headers. Again, it's not a twin turbo deal. I'm not trying to squeeze out 1,000 horsepower. I'm not trying to squeeze out 500 horsepower out of the motor. So,
and you've modified a header or two.
A little dent ain't gonna make that big a difference.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't have a log style, like it's not a manifold style header. Mm-hmm. If it was, then yeah, that dent would make somewhat of a difference. But because it's individual to a collector, it's not going to make that big a difference.
Like with Michelangelo's.
Yeah, if you put a dent, which I think we had to dent yours.
Yeah, we did.
If you do dents there, all of the exhaust is right there. Whereas this one's only going to affect one cylinder with the fuel injection. The fuel injection can cater that a little bit. Not saying run like an inch pipe on one, 3-inch on everything else, but you know, a lot of this one is going to be doing what we have to do, figuring out, again, because some parts were bought. I'll be honest. Alex bought a lot of stuff for this car.
Yes.
The previous owner, and he bought a lot of the right parts. Mm-hmm. You know, the suspension that's on the car would have been the suspension that I would have ordered, or a Cash Caddy kit, which is very similar.
Yeah.
I still do have to buy a wishbone. I need to call PC and ask them what they would sell me just the wishbone for in the rear end. But, you know, if the motor would have took a shit, training would have took a shit, LS probably would have been.
Yeah. We were talking to LS for Michelangelo because, again, with Michelangelo, it's not a hood popper kind of situation. Yeah. It's just this.
Well, and you can make an LS prettier.
Yeah.
You can make it pretty enough to be under the hood of something.
Yeah.
Sorry, Chase. I just LS belongs under a hood. Love your truck though. But you know, with that being said, you know, a 4.8, that motor would be an awesome candidate for a twin turbo or a single turbo because 4.8s love boost. They do. 4.8s like boost better than a 5.3 or a 6.0. So that would be the smaller displacement.
Oh.
It just works better. I don't know why.
It's magic.
You know, a similar turbo setup on a 4.8 over versus a 5.3 or a 6.0. The 4.8's usually gonna power range is gonna be different, but full throttle applications. But again, that car is not being built for full throttle.
Right.
You know, that's $3,000 to $3,500 to pass somebody. Mm-hmm. Roll it back down to 70, 75 inches off the ground. Looking good doing it. That's kind of the goal of that car. Not saying that it'll ever not get driven sportily, but it is on air ride with no sway bars and stuff like that. So I'm not going to like road race it, or it doesn't have to set a land speed record or anything like that. It's just going to be a cruiser, working with a company local to us for an electric AC system under dash. Because my search for an outside box come up with nothing. Yeah. So that's why we ripped out the rest of the AC. But so I got to take some measurements, get them some measurements, figure out what we can do to be able to use the dash vents. I don't want to put an AC system under and get rid of the dash vents. I want the vents in the dash to work.
Yeah.
Partially because the person in the car that gets the warmest is on the driver's side, and if you put an AC system under the dash, it focuses a lot on the passenger side of the car.
And I get cold.
And
so
you're the
quickly.
cold one. So, but that's the AC's down the road. You know, first step is to get it running and driving.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, once we get it running and driving and get it collected back to one spot in the garage, then we will push Michelangelo nose in.
Yeah.
And set the old small black chimney, in front of it and get it set in there, make some mounts, you know, figure out what we got to do to make that happen. And
not push him up onto the pad with the lawnmower like we did.
I feel like that car is lighter than the Model A.
Yes.
I feel like it is, because that car pushes way better than the Model A ever did, except for this last time of pushing it.
Yeah. I feel like it was just because he was mad at us. He didn't want to move.
Yeah, that's another thing. There's something else going on there, but we'll figure that out.
Yeah.
But that'll give Ashley a small block table and an automatic. Again, hope the drive shaft's either the right length or
too long.
A little too long. And then gonna get with Mr. Chad Stroop down the line. Not immediately, but get with him. See if he wants to help a brother out, bag a 54 on stock front end. Get that car sitting on the ground.
Get the exhaust routed correctly.
Well, that'll be part of the small block swap,
Gotcha.
because your exhaust will be non-existent anymore. That won't work.
I put so much work into those flex pipes.
Well, it'll probably just be same way I'm going to do the Cadillac. It'll probably just be a universal kit, and comes with used 45s, 90s, whatever, and we'll kind of just make it work. Stainless universal exhaust, some mufflers, probably drill 2-inch holes through the bumper to run your pipes out the back.
Oh, yeah.
So you don't squash them the first time you lay the bumper on the ground.
Yeah.
Or maybe kick them out and you can be a fire hazard like the Cadillac's going to be.
Well, just remember, like, if this is going to be my daily, and daily, since I work from home, is not very, not very far. But, like, obviously, to make it comfortable for me to drive in, but, like, what are the regulations?
Oh, it'll go past the rear axle.
Okay.
Or it'll exit the body.
Okay.
Basically the same. The way that I want to do the Cadillac is it go past the rear windows.
Okay.
Just because in the beginning, no AC. Michelangelo's not going to have AC.
Yeah.
At least for the foreseeable future. You can roll all 4 windows down and cruise it, and the exhaust is past.
Yeah.
Sitting idling at a red light may get a little loud, but driving, the exhaust is leaving.
You know what I never thought of with Michelangelo?
What's that?
Would we be able to put some kind of radio in him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably same style of radio that went with the Cadillac.
Okay.
You have the hole.
Okay.
You just have the radio delete panel.
Gotcha. Okay.
You have speakers back there.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's what made me think of it, because I'm sitting here picturing them.
Probably what we could probably do with that car is do like the first radio that I did on the motorcycle. Just
With
a
the
Bluetooth
Bluetooth
controller and a
Yeah.
400 watt amp run into those two back speakers.
Yeah. Because that's probably, I mean, I would just listen to my phone anyway. I don't really listen to radio. I just would want, for music purposes.
Because radio killed the DJ star. Or music killed it.
I have no
Music
idea.
killed the radio star. But anyway. Yeah, so we could do like a kick panel, like 2 6.5s in the kick panels, get you some front, and then replace the speakers in the back with whatever's back there, 6x9s, I believe. And then you would have radio.
Just something that's going to be enough for me to, if
Oh, trust me, you're getting my motor. You don't need a radio. That exhaust is going to be...
I understand that.
That car's going to sound absolutely...
But there's times where you got to go cruising and jam out to some music.
Big mother thumper. That bitch is gonna thump.
I know. I watched you put it in. But I'm just saying, maybe...
I hope that converter will hold that car.
Oh, goodness. Are we going to tweak my whole car with this motor?
No, I won't tweak it, but I hope the converter's got enough stall to sit there on the brakes and not move. Or you may be doing the blower.
Oh, jeez. Well, honestly speaking, I'm probably going to give an extra few feet anyway.
I would.
Just because...
You feel like that car's bigger than your Equinox, and it's not.
It's just, it looks, it's an illusion.
Way more
I know. I understand it's an illusion, and just the front, maybe because it goes straight out rather than slopes down like the Equinox. Like, it just, we've pulled measurements, so it's not like, I understand completely. It's just a visual.
No, I mean, the Caddy looks extremely long, too.
Yeah, and it's shorter than your truck.
Not by much, but...
Nope, but we did.
Well, and if you include the ranch hand, it's not.
Yeah. It's like the same length.
Yeah. So, but, and that's... Both of those cars, neither one of them are being built as show cars.
Right.
It's... I put a poll up today. And I got a few responses, so appreciate anybody that reached or that commented on it. Previously, I'd said that we were going to do a club participation trophy. Mm-hmm. I don't necessarily know if I want to do that or not.
Okay.
Because I don't want to get to where this show is a show. Mm-hmm. I don't want it to be let's go get our trophy. Mm-hmm. And a club participation trophy is a participation trophy. I mean it's in the name.
Right.
But I would rather the Asphalt Misfits build a trophy, give an award out. Mm-hmm. Rolling Jokers, Hellions, Acro if they want to show up, Cadillac Kings, Suicide Slabs, any of them.
Right.
I would rather them build a trophy and give out an award themselves. One, that grows the camaraderie between everyone. Mm-hmm. Whereas doing a one club, if the Cadillac Kings come with 50 cars, the Suicide Slabs come with 49, well, they both deserve a trophy.
Right.
Obviously, if there's 30 of one group and 5 of everyone else, well, obviously that's a thing. Yeah. But I would rather it be club builds a trophy and gives it out to somebody that's not in their club.
Like a suicide give a caddy.
Oh, buddy. That'd break the internet. No, but get it to where, because also I find, we've said it before, I enjoy the stories.
Right.
So, and Tommy and Knuckles with the Rolling Jokers last year was talking about that. Like you walk up and talk to somebody and they tell you about their car and now you made a friend.
Right.
Which that's kind of what I was trying, or what we were trying to accomplish, is make it a destination show. Meet old friends, catch up with people that you don't see all the time.
Right.
Also make new friends. Because we're all in this, and we've had some episodes lately that kind of show that it all blends. Yeah. And yes, you may not like their build or their car or their specific whatever they did might not be your cup of tea, but if you stood there and talked to them for 5 minutes, maybe the reason they did that was because they wanted your car, but they can't afford it. Maybe that's what they can afford. Yeah. And now all of a sudden you come around and you talk to them, and now it's a young guy that, is working his butt off, and him and his old lady are wrenching in the garage to try to get their cars, or a car, or cars, or whatever the case may be, to come hang out.
Yeah.
And you walk up with a $60,000 paint job on your car, and you talk to them like they're a normal person, because they are.
Yeah.
Very few people, and I'm not one of them, but very few people, woke up on their 16th birthday and had a badass, jacked up, lifted truck. Don't get me wrong. My 16th birthday truck was pretty cool. The A2C10. But when I got it, it had a leaking 305 in it. And graduation, you want a new car? No, I want a new motor. So that's what I got. And, that was hot rod. That was, but it was stock height. The truck wasn't lowered. It was on a little bigger rims, but it wasn't on, I think I had 17s on it. But that was what my mom and dad could afford, and that's what I could afford. The S10 that I had before that, me and mom and dad split. We went halvesies, and traded that around for. Ashley yelled at me last night for how many cars I had, but anyway.
I didn't yell at you. We were talking about brake fluid, and I asked if you had a vehicle long enough to need to change out your brake fluid. That was all. I didn't yell at you.
No, I haven't. But anyway.
You did have one, but it didn't need to be flushed. You needed to keep adding to it.
No, I didn't add to it. We replaced the brakes.
Oh.
So I added.
Added new. Okay.
Yeah. I never took out and added. I just always add. Like the 54.
Right.
When the pedal goes to the floor, you pull the carpet back, you put a little fluid in it. They self-bleed. And you're good to go. Yep. But not, everyone comes into cars, whether it's financially different or taste or access. If you didn't grow up around a small block Chevy, you're probably not going to take on the project car that doesn't have a motor in it.
Right.
You're going to buy a car that's running and driving, which I recommend even if you did grow up. Yes. Buy something running and driving, go enjoy it, do little things to it, and then if you have to heartbreak it.
Yeah.
Or if you want to heartbreak it. Don't, because it's very, very easy to see the end goal and get lost. You know, but that's part of what we're trying to accomplish is you get friends that kind of keep you, you know, in line.
Right.
I was talking to Martin a couple days ago, and, you know, he's like, have you ever owned the same car twice? I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah. And, you know, Hot Rod Flack, the guy from that we were going to trade 54 for the F100, couldn't make a deal, couldn't make it work. He ended up having to do something, and then when he was available, I wasn't available, and it was a tow far.
Yeah.
And for me to say it's far, it's far. Trust me.
And we picked it up from Daytona.
Yeah. But it was like 3.5 hours, and it was kind of like wishy-washy, and I couldn't commit 8 hours to go down there.
Yeah.
And when he could meet me, I couldn't meet him, and it was just a big roll. But, you know, I was talking to him at Turkey 2 years ago, and, you know, I think he had posted a video too about it. But, you know, he had made like 84 trades in 3 days. And he ended up with the same car he started with back from a kid.
Oh, my
So it was a little kid that was part of the trading.
Oh, jeez.
And he, you know, and my dad has talked about this, and you see it. There used to be a Barter Kings show, and it was, you know, say you want to end up with a 62 Cadillac. So you would come to me and say, what would you trade your 62 for? Oh, I'd trade it for this. Okay, well, then you find that car and you go to him. Hey, what would you trade? Until you eventually get back to what you have.
Yeah.
You know, so, you know, you got a 54 Chevy and you're trying to get a 62 Caddy. So you're like, hey, would you trade a 54? No. Okay, what would you trade for? Oh, I'd trade it for a 72 Blazer. Okay. So you go to 72 Blazer. Hey, would you trade a 54 Chevy for it? No. What would you trade it for? Oh, I'd trade it for a Mustang. Okay, so then you go to the Mustang. Hey, would you trade it for a 54 Chevy? No. Okay, what would you trade it for? And now you're 8-10 trades down the line,
Right.
until you figure out something, and then you just are banking on the fact that those people remember that they told you that, and that's what it was. The kid, it was a young kid, 16, 17-year-old kid, and he wanted something that he had and traded around. And when it come back time to get the car, Hot Rod had already traded out a lot of stuff.
Oh, jeez.
And in order for him to get the car that he wanted, this was the car. So it was like, okay.
Full circle.
So he did a trade, and he was like, I ended up with the same car. But along the line, you know, we've talked about it. There's different ways to enjoy the car hobby. Some people are A-okay with saying that they owned a 57 Chevrolet. They're going to leave out the part that it was, you know,
For 30
one of two
seconds.
things. One, it was either like 10 minutes, or two, you know, it was so far gone that it'll never be back on the road again.
Right.
But I own it. It's underneath the oak tree. I mean, it is the oak tree, but it's out there, you know, and
You can add some flower beds to it.
and if you and there's so many ways, there's so many different styles of shows, there's so many different styles of cruisings, there's so many different ways to enjoy car culture, truck scene, anything that you can think of. There's so many different ways, and no way, the way that you enjoy it is the best way for you.
Right.
So even though I don't want to walk out and look at a pretty car that I can't drive because, you know, it's a 100-point show car.
Yeah.
If someone has that 100-point show car and they're very happy with that, loading it in a trailer and taking it to an indoor climate controlled show and rolling it out and going, look at my car, and everybody telling him how beautiful the car is, because it is. Mm-hmm. And then putting it back in and taking his hopefully more than $5 Five Below trophy home and sticking it on the rack. If that's how you enjoy the car, that's it. That's good. I'm good with that. Do I want that? No. Some people don't like car shows. Some people, I seen a post on Facebook today, and it was, are there any cruise-ins? And he posted it in a Florida car show page. Are there any cruises? Like, does any groups get together and just cruise?
Right.
And, a bunch of people got on there, oh, this is a car show page. And the guy replied back with, yeah, but I'm just not big on, the lawn chair, tell me my car is beautiful car shows.
Right.
Which you would have thought that would have ended the conversation. But no, The guy fires back, well, that's not how I enjoy car shows.
Okay.
Well, he didn't say that that's how you enjoyed a car show. He was just saying that that's the car shows he doesn't like.
Everybody's got their own opinion.
And, some people like to put miles on their cars. Some people are A-okay with the local car shows. Some people are A-okay with going and entering the same 15 shows a month with the same 30 cars. And you pull in and it's like an episode of Cheers. They all know you by name. You pull out your lawn chair and you have a good, you hang out. I'm fat. I like food. I would rather cruise somewhere and go get some food.
Be the coolest one in the parking lot.
To me, I would rather, and this is my opinion, and it's my show, so I get to make it. I would rather see 20 of the dopest cars that I've ever seen cruising down 301, a back or the interstate.
Yeah.
But all of them cruising in a pack, whether you're an inch off the ground, stock height, or you're the guy in the back that's just trying to keep up. I got little legs, I appreciate that more than the look at me's. The, tell me my car is beautiful.
Yeah.
Because, and it's not everyone, so I want to clarify, it's not everyone, but some of them, and we talked about this in previous episodes, you get lumped in. So the car shows where you pull your lawn chair out and you sit behind your car and people tell you your car is beautiful, there seems to be a stigma with those participants that when you tell them that you like their car or it's a nice car, well, duh, you get a shitty answer. I know. Well, now I don't like your car anymore because
walk away
because you have a bad attitude. And it's not. I've been into cars for a while. Ashley's been into cars because of me for a while. I grew up around cars. I have found my niche of what I like in a car. Not saying that it has to be my niche for me to like it, but it has to kind of fit my niche for me to want to own it. So I love first gen Camaros, 67, 68, 69 Camaros, Pro Street, love them. Don't want to own one. It's not me. Not because I don't like them. I love them. Absolutely gorgeous. If I see one, I'll go look at it. A perfectly numbers matching bone stock car, pristine, isn't my gimmick. But I can appreciate somebody taking the time to find the right parts for the right car, and it makes them happy. Whether they go put 5,000 miles on in 2 weeks, or they put 5,000 miles on in 2 years. You know, it's however you want to enjoy the cars.
Yeah.
And also, build your car to fit the mission. Or build your truck, or build whatever you're building. Bike, truck, car, boat, whatever. Build, you know, you wouldn't take a bass boat to go deep sea fishing.
Right.
You don't take a Tonoram or a 871 blown big block chopped Model A with 5-inch channel to California on a road trip. You take a big boat Cadillac with luggage room. You know, you have to think about the way you would like to enjoy the cars and fit it to that. And yes, you can embrace the suck. You know, Mr. Dixon a couple episodes ago now, or last episode, whenever it was.
They're all blurring together.
You know, he was talking about, you know, he loves taking his little twin turbo LS truck, rat rod, whatever you want to classify it as. He loves taking it up the road. But anything past about 30 minutes, he's got to unfold himself for 20 minutes after he gets out because he's, you know, it's not comfortable.
Right.
So, yes, you can force a car to do whatever you want it to do.
It's how much bullshit are you willing to put up with?
But it's dealing with your bullshit.
Yeah.
You know, and what we do to cars, some people hate. You know,
but that's how we
I mean, there's a whole group, and there's groups on Lincolns and Cadillacs called Ruined Cadillac or Ruined Lincoln. Mm-hmm. It's all bagged stuff or hydraulics. To me, that's not ruining a car.
Right.
A lot of people, it is. Why would you take the best riding car? You know, it rides a Cadillac. Why are you going to put air suspension on it? Well, because I want it on there. You know, why?
And these are new parts.
Well, and it doesn't even, you know, you could, I could have put new springs in it, and if it was a stock car when we got it, I could have put new parts on it. Right. It has all new steering parts and are all new bushings and everything like that. Mm. He just added air suspension to it instead of putting coils back in it.
Right.
You know, but that's not what he wanted. Mm. Conveniently, it's not what I wanted. So it worked out for me.
Yes.
You know, but that's how we like it. And when it comes time to do Ashley's car, it'll be whatever Ashley wants. And I'll guide her if she has questions, or if she comes to me with, hey, you know, I really want to, you know, we have the tunnel ram. Let's put the tunnel ram, cut a hole in the hood, and, you know, run the tunnel ram through the hood. I'll explain to her, like,
no,
that's cool. No, it'd be cool. But do you want to cut up a good hood? Mm-mm. Do you want to have to look around a tunnel ram at red lights?
No, I mean, I'm already leaning away from chopping it because I'm so paranoid at not being able to see. I can't have something in front of me.
Well, and that's,
yeah,
but that's where, you know, and you know, the squatted truck guys, you know, you can't see, but it's the same guy that has a gasser with a 871 blower sticking through the hood.
Right.
Well, not only is your front end higher than your rear end, you also put a big shiny apparatus with a big ass belt. Oh, that's something else we're going to have to change on that motor.
The belt.
Dang.
It's all good.
Oh, well. Probably put the short water pump back on too.
Yeah. That's still out there, so we don't have to. Yeah. That'll be good.
Maybe not, though. We'll see. Might just have to change pulleys. Because because all the brackets are there. So we might leave the long water pump because it'll be lined up then. Whatever. We'll see how it goes. We'll figure it out.
We'll put the puzzle pieces together.
Yeah. That one will actually take apart, so we'll kind of know how it goes back together. But pretty much, like I said, we're just getting the motor back in the caddy, piecing together what we need there to get it running and driving. I will be on the lookout. I'll have some 62 Cadillac trim for sale or trade for some other trim pieces that I need. Because some of the trim isn't going back on, but some of the trim that's missing I would like to find.
Yes.
We got plenty. And it may be out there. We just may have to find it.
Yeah.
But it's coming along good. Making little steps. Talking to somebody the other day, and I was like, man, I'm ready to cruise. He's like, no, don't stress, man. You're doing good. Making a little progress. I'm like, it's little. And he's like, oh, you're doing good. And I'm like, thanks. I needed that. Because looking out there and not being able to drive it is kind of starting to hurt me a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go cruise it, especially because the 54 is down.
Yeah.
If I had the 54 to like get my classic car bullshit fix, I probably wouldn't be as antsy.
Yeah.
But I want to end this with something, and we missed 2 car shows now. One I said I was going to be at, and car didn't want to work, and it was too late to switch up by the time we realized that we weren't going to make it. So Play Loud went really good. Sorry we didn't make it. We will absolutely try to catch it next year. Also, the local show that we were going to try to make.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I woke up and I did not feel car.
We had that one penciled in.
Yeah. And that's
a lot of the local shows, I feel. But
I said that to say this. If you say you're going to do something and something happens, just admit to it. You ain't got to come up with like some fancy excuse. Your grandma didn't have to die 14 times last year because you didn't make something. It's A-okay. Just admit to it. People understand life gets busy. Ours happens to be on the internet, so our schedule's a little more public. But, we really do. And that's why also, like Ashley just said, we had that one penciled in. A lot of times that's how we will say, like, oh, we'll try to make it. If you ever hear me say I'll try to make it, I really am trying.
Yeah.
But I'm also not committing. If I say I'm going to be there, I will be there in some way or fashion, or try really hard. And this isn't an attack on anybody. It's just check in with your buddies, check in with your friends. Remember that life doesn't always go exactly the way you want it to go. Please, especially working on stuff. If you got a buddy that's working on a project car and you call them and they're short with you, good chance it's not you they're short. It's they've reached something, swing by with a 6-pack of beer, talk about it. Maybe you can help them figure it out.
Or sit there and stare at it with them.
Yeah.
Company will do it.
Or, get him the beer. And maybe that's what he needed to figure it out. Maybe a little bit of blurred vision or slanted vision will get that square peg in the round hole. Like that TikTok.
The one she had.
It's a square peg. Which hole does this one go in? The square hole. Oh, it's a round peg. Well, this one obviously goes in the square
hole.
Or square hole. Oh, this one's a triangle. Well, that one goes in the square
hole.
Yeah. All right. Before we get out of here, January 3rd, 2026, Big Daddy Don Garlett's The Hangout pre-registration is open at hotrodhangout.com. Also, we added a bundle of 5 tickets. So if you and 4 of your buddies want to go, save $5 each. Or don't tell your 4 buddies and you get in free and they have to pay full price. However you want to work it. There's a 5-pack bundle on there. That will go till the first weekend in December. That'll give us a month to get the goodie bags and all that stuff ready. Big shout out to Johnny Jalopy. He's getting close on the logo for our show, and it looks good. So much so that the person's car that is in the logo wants me to delete everything out of the logo after he gets it back, minus the Johnny Jalopy script, so he can have it for a business card. When I talked to Johnny about doing the logo, and he asked me what I wanted, I told him, the car that won our podcast pick last year was going to be the featured car this year on the logo. And I told Sam and Tyler Yon that I wanted the logo to represent the car to the best of its ability. Mm-hmm. And Johnny nailed the car, the background, everything is great. I cannot wait to see the final rendition of it. But looking forward to that. But, want to give a huge shout out to all of our listeners. Anyone that wants to come on board as an advertiser, a sponsor, supporter, or whatever you want to call it, please get with us. Whether it's for the show, whether it's for the podcast, whether you just want to come on and bullshit cars with me and Ashley for an hour. But huge shout out to Why Not Fab, Throttle Addict, use the code word HOTROD, 15% off. Johnny Jalopy. You can check his artwork out at johnnyjalopy.com. Low Income Clothing, Low Income Photo, Wrenching for the Future, and Psycho Simmons with Psycho Fab. Thanks so much, guys. Till next time, get out, drive your shit.
See ya.
Later.